What you're about to witness is not for the faint of heart. This footage, captured inside the abandoned Willow Creek Hospital, has left even the most seasoned investigators shaken to their core. At 3:27, something happens. Something that defies all explanation. A moment so chilling, it rewrites everything we thought we knew about the paranormal. But this is only the beginning. What we uncovered in those decaying walls goes far beyond what any of us could have imagined. Are you brave enough to watch until the end? It was a cold, moonless night when our team arrived at the abandoned Willow Creek Hospital. Built in 1923, this place has a dark history. Over 200 patients died here under mysterious circumstances. Locals say their spirits never left. We've heard whispers of unexplained screams echoing through the halls, shadowy figures lurking in the corners, and doors slamming shut on their own. Some even claim to have seen faces staring out from the upper windows. Faces that vanished the moment they were noticed. Tonight, we're going inside to uncover the truth. Armed with cameras, audio recorders, and a determination to document the unknown, we ventured into the heart of the hospital. But nothing could have prepared us for what we were about to experience. Every step we took, the air grew colder, a chill that seemed to seep into our bones. The feeling of being watched became unbearable, as if unseen eyes followed our every move. Did you hear that? Sounded like a voice. But when we turned to look, there was no one there. We pressed on, drawn deeper into the hospital's labyrinth of hallways and rooms. Each corner we turned, each door we opened, brought us closer to the heart of the mystery, and closer to whatever was waiting for us. The team enters an old operating room. Rusted surgical tools are scattered across the tables, and a faint, metallic smell lingers in the air. This was where countless lives were lost, where the line between life and death blurred. Some say the energy of those moments still lingers here, trapped in the walls, waiting to be released. A sudden loud bang echoes through the room, causing the team to jump. The camera shakes as they quickly turn their flashlights toward the source of the noise. What was that? Came from the hallway. But when we checked, there was nothing there. Just an empty corridor and the sound of our own breathing. The team regroups, visibly shaken. One member suggests they continue, but the tension is palpable. We were being tested, pushed to our limits. But little did we know, the worst was yet to come. The team cautiously moves down a dark hallway, their flashlights cutting through the thick darkness. The camera shakes slightly, adding to the tension. A faint whisper is heard, barely audible over the sound of their footsteps. Did you hear that? Sounded like a voice. But when we stopped to listen, there was only silence. Suddenly, one of the flashlights flickers and goes out. The team freezes, their breathing audible. Something's here with us, and it doesn't want us to leave. A loud bang echoes from the end of the hallway, causing the team to jump. The camera shakes as they quickly turn their flashlights toward the source of the noise, revealing an empty corridor. What was that? Came from down there. But there's nothing there. Just darkness. The team hesitates, then decides to press on. They enter a room filled with old medical equipment, rusted surgical tools, broken monitors, and a dusty operating table. The camera lingers on a bloodstain on the floor. This room, it feels different. Heavier, like the air itself is alive with something we can't see. As the team scans the room, a shadowy figure appears in the corner for a split second before disappearing. The camera catches the movement, but the team doesn't seem to notice at first. Wait, did you see that? Look in the corner. The team turns their flashlights toward the corner, but there's nothing there. The camera zooms in on one member's face, showing a mix of confusion and fear. Something moved. I know it did. But when we looked, it was gone. The team reviews the footage on their camera in slow motion. The shadowy figure becomes more visible. A tall, humanoid shape with hollow eyes, standing perfectly still before vanishing. This is the moment we realized we weren't alone. Whatever this was, it wasn't just in our heads. It was real. The team huddles together, visibly shaken. The camera cuts to a close-up of the shadowy figure's face from the footage, frozen on the screen. Eerie music crescendos, building to a chilling peak. But this was only the beginning. What we found next would change everything. The team moves deeper into the hospital, their flashlights now the only source of light. The camera follows them as they enter a long, narrow hallway lined with doors. One door is slightly ajar, with a faint light flickering from within. Every step felt heavier, like the building itself was resisting us. And then we saw it. A door, slightly open, with a light flickering inside. But the power had been cut decades ago. The team approaches the door cautiously. As they push it open, revealing a small room filled with old patient records and photographs. A single, dusty light bulb swings from the ceiling, casting eerie shadows. This room, it felt like a trap. But we had to know. We had to see what was inside. The team begins sifting through the records. The group of doctors and nurses, their faces blurred and distorted. One of the team members gasps as they find a journal with the words, "They're still here," scrawled across the cover. Who wrote this? And what did they mean? The answers were in these pages. But reading them would come at a cost. As the team flips through the journal, the light bulb above begins to flicker violently, their faces filled with terror. A loud, guttural growl echoes through the room. Something was in here with us. And it wasn't happy we'd found its secrets. The team scrambles to leave the room, but the door slams shut on its own. They try to open it, their flashlights flickering. The growling grows louder, and the temperature in the room drops dramatically. We were trapped. The door wouldn't budge, and the air was so cold we could see our breath. And then we saw it. The shadowy figure from earlier materializes in the corner of the room, its hollow eyes fixed on the team. They begins to move toward them, its movements jerky and unnatural. It was coming for us, and there was nowhere to run. The team's flashlights go out one by one, plunging the room into darkness. They screams as the figure lunges forward. Then silence. When we woke up, the door was open, and the journal was gone. Whatever happened in that room, it didn't want us to remember. But the footage tells a different story. The team huddles together in the dimly lit hallway, visibly shaken. Their faces are pale, and their breathing is heavy. We thought we had seen the worst of it. We thought the shadowy figure, the slamming doors, and the whispers were as bad as it could get. But we were wrong. What we found in the basement was even worse. The basement was the heart of the hospital's darkness. It was here that the most horrific experiments were said to have taken place. And it was here that we uncovered the truth. A truth that should have stayed buried. The team reaches the bottom of the staircase and enters a large, open room. The rusted cages, broken medical equipment, and strange symbols painted on the walls. The air is thick with the smell of decay. This place, it felt alive, like it was watching us, waiting for us to make a mistake. And then we found it, an old, leather-bound journal lying on a dusty table. The team gathers around as one member carefully opens it. The pages are filled with cryptic writing and disturbing sketches of human experiments. Who wrote this? And what does it mean? The journal spoke of experiments that defied nature, of patients who were never meant to leave, and of something that still walks these halls. The team exchanges uneasy glances, their fear palpable. Who are they? The patients? The doctors? Or something else entirely? We needed answers, but every step deeper into the basement brought us closer to the edge of madness. The team begins to explore further, their flashlights revealing more disturbing details. Bloodstains on the floor, strange symbols etched into the walls, and a large, rusted door at the far end of the room. And then we saw it. A door unlike any we'd seen before. It was massive, covered in chains and locks. And it was vibrating, as if something on the other side was trying to get out. The team approaches the door cautiously. They examine the chains, which are cold to the touch. A faint, rhythmic knocking begins to emanate from the other side. We didn't know what to do. Should we open it, or leave it sealed? The knocking grew louder, more insistent, as if whatever was behind it knew we were there. The team debates what to do, their voices hushed but urgent. What do you think we discovered down there? What's behind that door? Comment your theories below. We need to know what you think before we go any further. The team decides to leave the door for now and continue exploring. The camera follows them as they move deeper into the basement, their flashlights revealing more unsettling details. A child's toy lying in the corner, a pair of broken glasses, and a wall covered in handprints. Every corner we turned, every room we entered, brought us closer to the truth. But the truth, it wasn't what we expected. The team finds a small, hidden room filled with photographs and newspaper clippings. Hospital shut down after mass disappearance. The pieces were coming together. But the more we learned, the more dangerous it became. Whatever was in this hospital, it didn't want us to leave. The team regroups in the basement, their faces filled with a mix of fear and determination. Who wrote this journal? What do the symbols mean? And what's behind that door? Let us know what you think in the comments. Your theories could help us uncover the truth. The team hears a loud crash from the direction of the chained door. The camera shakes as they turn their flashlights toward the sound, revealing that one of the chains has broken. We need to get out of here. Now! The team begins to run back toward the staircase, but the camera lingers on the door as the knocking grows louder and more frantic. The screen fades to black as the sound of chains breaking echoes in the darkness. But escaping the basement was only the beginning. What we found next would change everything. The team stumbles out of the hospital, their faces pale and their breathing heavy. The moonlight casts long shadows, and the wind howls through the broken windows. We made it out, but not unscathed. The hospital had left its mark on us. And as we stood there, catching our breath, we couldn't shake the feeling that we were still being watched. Look, in the window. Do you see it? Whatever was in there, it's still watching us. The team exchanges uneasy glances, then quickly turns and walks away from the hospital. The lingers on the building as the shadowy figure disappears from the window. The screen fades to black, and eerie music begins to play. If this investigation gave you chills, hit the like button and share it with your bravest friends. Let them experience the terror of Willow Creek Hospital for themselves. But this is only the beginning. Next week, we're venturing into the most haunted forest in the country, a place where countless people have vanished without a trace. The locals call it the Forest of Whispers, and once you step inside, you may never come out. Don't miss it. Subscribe and hit the bell icon so you're the first to know when we drop the next video. Trust me, you won't want to miss what we find in the Forest of Whispers.